What? So today we're going to take a look at another 3A figure. I mean, why not? Seems like a running theme on this channel. This is the Liberator King No Tomorrow Shogun. Yeah, that's a long name for this guy. Unfortunately, there is absolutely no background about this figure. Trust me, I really tried to look for any type of story, any type of description about this particular figure, this particular character, but there is absolutely nothing. So I'm here to think that this is probably an exclusive variant, but I could be wrong. But for what I know is, from all the research I've gathered, is this particular guy is shit expensive. I don't know why he's the most expensive from all the Shoguns. I mean, truth be said, he's pretty, substandard in terms of paint. He's just black and white, so I really don't understand the value of how people value 3A figures, really. So from what I'm guessing is he's probably an exclusive. Maybe that's why he's expensive. So here's the box. I don't know what the box says. If anybody can translate that, I would really be grateful, because I want some information about this particular figure. So if you could translate this, or maybe share what you guys think of who this guy is, would be helpful for me. You could see a skull here. It took me a while to see that skull because I had it upside down for the longest time. Yeah, so this is his box. It's pretty standard. He has the Tomorrow King's slogan there. I'll put it in the description below if you guys want to read that. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah, very lackluster. So with that being said, let's take a look at him. And here's the Liberator King in all his glory. As you can see, he's black and white and gray, I guess. Different shades of gray. What's different about him in terms of accessory wise from the other Shogun I reviewed is he has an extra shoulder piece here. So I guess he's double the threat because he has two. So this is him. It's basically the same as the other Shogun I reviewed. It's just different paint variants, really. Why I got them? Why did I get him? Truthfully, I got him at a trade, and I don't know, I just said why not. I really stay away from color variants from companies because they don't really add a lot. But for this one, because he had an extra shoulder piece, that's what sold me. And I really wanted another Shogun. I felt like the Shogun I had was kind of lonely on the shelf, so he needed a friend. So yeah, this is him. Let's take a close-up. And here's a close-up of the Liberator himself. And, as you can see, it's just black, white, and gray. I mean, I'm not really gonna complain about the color scheme, because I'm pretty sure there's some sort of lore or backstory behind him. But because I have yet to find any concrete story for this figure or this character, I'm just gonna say this guy is an exclusive color variant. I mean, if anybody out there knows who this guy is, please just let me know, because I'm really interested to know who this guy is. I mean, I know he's a TK, he's a clone, but what is he? Why is he black? I mean, why does he have a skull paint on his face? I want to know these things about these figures I'm reviewing, because there isn't a lot of lore for 3A figures out there. I mean, there are like small paragraphs here and there dotted around, and it's up to you to fill in the gaps. Comics for 3A for Ashley Wood figures, Popbot Adventure Cartel is non-existent in my country, so I'm basically going off of guesswork here and comments and blog posts and little reviews that hint at little story arcs for these guys. So this is him. This is a close-up of him. You can see the standard 3A weathering, standard 3A damage, standard 3A dirt and grime. So yeah, so with that being said, let's take a look at the stuff he comes with. Sword, sheath, helmet, hand, grenade, backpacks. So here's the stuff the Liberator comes with. Let's take a look at his honking sword. Now his sword is, I think, a little more slimmer than the other Shogun sword. If I could focus a bit more, and it's not really, yeah, it's more slimmer, more like a samurai, like a bulkier samurai sword. You can see the weatherings there. If I can focus, yeah, it's pretty shiny. You got the standard 3A patina on the swordy swords here. Then you can see the handle, got the straps. Whoa, focus, okay. Got the straps. Can you focus? There we go. So we can hold it there. And he does have the same wiring as the other Shogun sword, but this one doesn't connect to anything. I don't know what this connects to, truthfully. I tried looking online on if this plugged into the guy himself, but no, he's just there. So if you guys know where this plugs into, let me know. So yeah, this is his big hulking sword. Very nice. It's not heavy at all. He holds it very well. And yeah, it's not, he won't topple over if he's holding it. So yeah, very nice. And this is his sheath. Ooh, behave. This is his sheath. Again, I don't know what this says. If anybody knows what this says, please let me know. Is this upside down? Is it like this? I'm thinking it's like this, but I could be wrong. The sheath has, yeah, it has some weathering. It looks like it's concrete or something. There's nothing on the back, but you can see they do attempt to weather the back as well. Yeah, pretty standard sheath, really. But I like to showcase this because this is nice too. It's nice to show off, you know, this part. I don't like to put this on his back. I like to show it in front. So that's his sheath. Next, we have his little helmet. This is his Shogun helmet. Yeah, it's very different from the other Shogun one. This one, it has more of a skull type aesthetic, a skull type feel to it, but construction wise, it's the same as the other Shogun. It looks kind of green in this lighting, but it actually is kind of gray. I like how the light plays with the paintwork, so I guess if you have different lighting, you could maybe color it in a different way. It does actually look green on the screen here, but truthfully it's gray. So yeah, this is his helmet. It is a bit fidgety putting on him because it is loose, so it will wobble around. This articulates. I don't know why it articulates. It doesn't really go that far out or in. And yeah, so this is his little Shogun helmet. And he does come with an extra hand. Yeah, he comes with that extra hand. I don't know if I'm ever gonna use this truthfully, but there you go. He comes with an extra hand. Maybe you could stick this on another 3A figure if you want a relaxed hand. But he comes with another, blue tack. He comes with another relaxed hand. And of course, it's not 3A without the 3A grenades here. Now these are just your standard 3A grenades, but it is kind of, how do you say, patinaed. It has a little copper on it, if you could tell. It is a bit coppery, so it is kind of unique, but not so much. I mean, it's not just your drab gray grenade. It does have some shine to it, some copper, some hints of color here and there. So yeah, this is your typical 3A grenade. And lastly, of course, you can't have a 3A figure without the 3A backpacks. Now, I like how they weather black cloth things. I mean, Hot Toys is completely useless when they try to weather black clothing. It's really pathetic. If 3A can do it, if they could do it like this, I don't know why like big companies like Hot Toys can't do it. So maybe they should take a lesson on how to weather black clothing. But yeah, he has some ammo pouches, a backpack. Yeah, just your standard 3A backpack here. Yeah. So yeah, that being said, let's stick all this junk on him. And here's the Liberator all kitted up. I mean, look at this guy. This guy is loaded for some action here. And he does look like a very nice piece of artwork. A very nice sculpture, truthfully. I mean, the way they designed this guy. I mean, look at that. Look at all that. These are individual plates that they put together to make that armor piece. You can see the weathering, all that. And truthfully, it's just 3A figures, man. They're like art pieces, truthfully. I mean, they don't look like action figures. They look like art pieces. I mean, you stick this guy in a shelf on a, you give him like a bell jar or something, you stick him in, he's an artwork on itself. And sad to say, I don't see a lot of 3A figures like this guy being produced anymore, truthfully. Like TK stuff, Pop Bots, Adventure Cartel, all these old 3A IPs, I don't see them remaking or trying to revamp that IP anymore. Maybe it's because they had a falling out from the original creators, because I think 3A is called Underverse now or something, and there's only 3.0, and they're only producing like Transformers and other mech stuff. But you don't see these unique characters anymore from the Ashley Ward universe, which is sad. So yeah, if you have a chance to get these guys, I suggest you do, because there's gonna come a day where you don't see them for sale anymore, or their prices are gonna be so up there. Because when I researched this guy on eBay, I saw him listed for $800. I mean, that's kind of fucked up to me, because $800 is a lot of money. Well, I'm glad that I got him off of a trade, so it was easy on my wallet. But I'm pretty sure I can't get him for $800. That's just stupid. Nobody's gonna pay that much for that, and you know, it's eBay, so you have these scalpers out there thinking that they could get a lot, but truthfully, you really can't. But you know what? Enough ranting. This is the Liberator. I love him. He is nicely made, nicely constructed, nicely designed. He does have a little Japanese writing on his wrist. I'll do a close-up later. And again, if you guys know anything about this guy, any backstory, I would love to hear about it, because he's just one of these guys I want to know a little bit about, just a little bit, just a taste. Because the fact that he's on my shelf and I have no idea who he is. I mean, I have a lot of 3A figures, I don't know who the fuck they are. So if I could fill in some gaps here and there, it would be nice. If not for me, at least for any future collectors out there who wants to go into 3A. Yeah, I guess let's take a closer look at this guy. So here's a final close-up of the Liberator Shogun. You could see he has some sort of skull face paint on his face. He does have weathering on his head. He really looks like a statue, like a very stoic statue. Moving down to his shoulder piece, you could see these are all individual pieces. They lock together. You could see all the grime, all the wear, maybe the grease. Maybe perhaps it's mechanical in some way, shape, or form. You can see his little grenades here, strapped, little zipper things. And then I don't know if I could remove that, but if you guys know what that says, please let me know. I'm always curious. You could see the weathering on the backpacks as well. This little helmet. It does look green, truthfully, and now that I'm looking at it off camera, it is green in some way. In some of the lighting, it looks green. And you can see he's got his ammo patch and he's got his little logo there. I guess this is his own logo. Again, if you guys know, let me know. And he got his little shoes. Oh, an extra pocket there. Let's try not to tip him over again. He did fall 4 times. But luckily nothing broke, nothing scuffed, nothing cracked. So you can see he does have straps on the back, but again, they're pretty loose because he is an old figure. He did come around 2015, 2014, something like that. So you can see this honestly looks like mold, but it's not mold. It's just the way it's constructed. I mean, the way it's painted. I mean, truthfully, Hot Toys can take a few lessons from how to weather their toys. As you can see, like, oh, look at that. That's so sick. All that weathering, all that the sheer engineering for that just one piece. This one piece, it's nice. Then this wire, I honestly don't know how to plug it in, so I basically just shoved it into his left shoulder guard there. It does the work. It does flow nicely, and yeah, this is him. This is the Liberator. The Liberator Shogun. The No Tomorrow. The what was his name? Crap. My computer shut off. Well, let's just call him the Liberator Shogun for now. This is him. Just a close up here. Let's just stay quiet and just admire how he looks. It's insane. So yeah, this is him. So let's stick this handsome boy on the shelf. So before I stick the Liberator on the shelf, I just want to do a fun little comparison with the Gorai Shogun I got a while back. And you could obviously see the similarities between the two, and obviously the differences between the two. And truthfully, this guy is different enough to add in a collection. He's not like a throwaway paint variant. He has some major differences between the... Is this the original? I don't know. I'm just gonna call it original for this review, but there are significant differences between the two for me to get him. I did have my I was really hesitant to get this guy, truthfully, because I thought he was just a variant, and it was just a throwaway paint variant that companies like to do. But I'm really glad I was wrong. I'm really glad I got him. I mean, look at these two. These two are they are a presence to be had in your collection, truthfully. They are a presence. Please don't fall again. I'm just gonna do one more rotation and not tempt fate. Yeah, so these are the two Shoguns in my collection. I don't think I'll ever get another Shogun because they're pretty rare to find in the wild here. I mean, I could get it online, but you know, I can't pay that much. I truthfully can't pay that much. And you know what? I'm glad I at least have two. I mean, maybe in the near future I'll get another one, but for now I'm not in a rush to get it. And for 3A collectors, if you're starting to collect 3A, please don't rush into the collection. Just take your time, do your research, because you don't want to get that, what you call it, buyer's regret. You buy it, but it doesn't fill up your expectations. I mean, I'm happy with all my 3A figures, but these guys in particular are expensive, so if you guys are willing to shell out the money, just be careful, you know? So, with that being said, let's stick this guy on the shelf. And that's where I'll stick the Liberator Shogun, next to his brother Shogun over here. Unfortunately, I'm kind of out of space on this shelf, so he has to be regulated at the back. But I think it's okay because he's next to his other skull-looking TK over here. So yeah, he is a variant. I don't really encourage people to get variants, like color variants of different figures, because it's just a cash grab for companies. But this guy he's different. He's different enough for me to get him because he does have two shoulder guards. He does have, you know, somewhat different designs on him, especially his helmet. So if you guys are planning to get him, then get him. I mean, you can never have enough Shoguns in your 3A collections because they are imposing characters, and the fact that they are like these very rare warriors in this universe kind of makes me want to get all of them. But I don't think 3A made 10 Shogun figures. I could be wrong. If they are, please correct me. From what I understand, there are, for this particular design, there are maybe 4 types. There's a black and white one. There's, of course, this guy. And there's a blue one as well. So there are others out there, so you could expand your collection. So with that being said, highly recommend this guy, even though he's a paint variant, but he's different enough to add into your collection. And yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching. And as always, go get him.